January is Crime Stoppers Month, and in Waterloo Region, they want you to help be the eyes and ears to keep our community safe. We're going to talk Crime Stoppers right now with Detective Constable Daryl Paquette, who joins us. He's the police coordinator for Waterloo Regional Police Service. And Janine Thomas, who is the chair of Waterloo Regional Crime Stoppers. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks for having us.
And happy Crime Stopper Awareness Month. I think for most of us, we have a little bit of awareness of the work that you do in the community, but we'll start there, Daryl, and explain a little bit about what Crime Stoppers is.
Well, Crime Stoppers is an anonymous avenue that our community can use to report crime. And in most times, the people that are using it are usually afraid to report crime to the police in fear of retribution, depending on the type of crime that's committed. And there could be a fear of possibly having to go to court as a witness. So they choose this avenue where we guarantee the anonymity. They can report a crime to us, and they don't have to have fear that anybody will find out who they are. It's a successful program. This year alone, we've doubled our charges, our arrests, cases cleared compared to last year. So our community is very active, and it's doing excellent work for us.
Well, and there's always this thing in the back of some people's minds, Janine, I think, that they think, okay, I think I saw something, but what if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong and I've made that mistake? I don't want to get somebody in trouble.
So this is one thing that we really want to stress to the public is every piece of information is good information. Even if it may not be relevant in your mind, it could still be that missing link that we need to pull a case together. So if you think of something that you may have seen as a puzzle piece, we may have a bunch of puzzle pieces and we're missing that one piece. So even though it may seem insignificant, it's still something that we want to know about if you've got anything to share.
I remember, hearing about Crime Stoppers when I was a kid and seeing all the commercials and, following through and knowing exactly what to do. We're now in a very technological age all these years later, and I'm willing to bet not only are people out there the eyes and the ears of the community, there are also the phones and the cameras of the community that can help piece these puzzles together for you, Daryl.
And that's how our program has evolved, where it was the 1-800-22-TIPS number that was used since the inception of Crime Stoppers. And now programs have your Twitter accounts. We can accept tips through text. And again, those are secure and anonymous. And now we do web tips, which we're seeing a huge increase in, which allows the tipster to provide a tip, but they can also follow up with the code number that they have. And we can have a brief dialogue as well, where we can update the status of their tip or receive new information that we can add to the tip and provide to our officers. So yeah, it's huge what social media has done for our program. And it's huge that we have the volunteers that are very good at using that technology, which I'm not, and I depend a lot on these other people.
I want to just touch on something that you mentioned about videos and photos that people may send to us. The anonymity of our tipsters is paramount in the operation of our program, and one thing that we do not do is we do not share photos or videos that we receive if a case were to go to court, because we don't want any identifying aspects that could translate to someone being found out.
Well, and that's great to know, because people are always wondering about that. Well, how do they keep me anonymous? How, if they're using this? You're using it, at the police level, but it's not going beyond that.
Because you may be the only person that was there. So if the photo came from somebody, that could identify the person. So we don't do that.
Yeah.
We keep such control over video, photographs, even text messaging that you might receive from a tipster, that we don't even send them directly to the officers. If they want to see the information, we tell them, and they'd have to come down and see the photo themselves. And that way it just ensures that the photograph isn't being distributed all over the place and anyone and everyone can see.
Well, walk me a little bit through the process then. I mean, I'm familiar with Crime Stoppers, but I've never been able to, I've never picked up the phone or never had the opportunity. So what would the process be? If I think I've seen something or I've heard something that's gone on, what would I do?
I would suggest call, regardless. Okay. If you don't want to call the police, then this is the avenue. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're giving us information that's not going to lead us anywhere. And it didn't happen, or we can't corroborate what happened. But it's that little piece that we always talk about that could solve a case. And it might seem very insignificant to you, but when you put it in the totality, when you're doing a police investigation, it's that piece that might be the hit that takes the investigation to a whole other level. And So I would encourage anyone, if you have anything about crime or you see something, a person wandering your neighborhood that looks out of place, why not call it in and let us know? And let us make the determination on whether it's important or not.
Right. You're working with some great community partners during January, which is Crime Stoppers Awareness Month, and Mothers is one of them. And one of the ways we can support you in the work that you're doing, it's as easy as eating pizza, going and having some great pizza, Janine.
That's right. Mothers has been a huge community sponsor for Crime Stoppers. In the month of January, in recognition of Crime Stoppers Month, Mothers is going to be donating $2 from the sale of every Canadian pizza to the Crime Stoppers program. And we're very grateful for that contribution. So we would encourage everybody, if you would like to contribute to Crime Stoppers in a fun way with your family, head on to Mothers and order that Canadian pizza, because we could really we could really benefit from the donation. We are 100% funded by community donations, and so we rely on generous donors to operate our program.
And I think that's a great way to do it. Go out with the family. And speaking of which, they can go onto your website too and get a digital voucher, and then it's suddenly a free meal for the kids along with it.
Yes, that's right.
Perfect. Well, and you can also go online to find out more about Crime Stoppers. And don't forget to watch for Daryl right here on Rogers TV with your Crime Stoppers Crime of the Month, that people can help you support in that way too.
That's been an excellent partnership, and we've had a lot of great reviews, and it's going to help us out, and we know it's going to solve a crime sooner or later.
That's a perfect way to be the eyes and ears and help keep this community safe. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, more Daytime when we come back. Stay with us.